Police are investigating the death of a prominent state advocate, Addelaid Ferreira Watt, in a bizarre shooting incident. She died after being hit on the hip when a loaded shotgun went off in the regional court in Ixopo in KwaZulu-Natal on Monday. The weapon was apparently brought to court as evidence in a house robbery case. We have on the line Brigadier J. Naika from KwaZulu-Natal, KZN, South African Police Services. Thank you for joining us, Jay. This is shocking and on the face of it suggests negligence.
Absolutely, it is very shocking when we heard of the incident also. It's alleged that this incident took place at the Mzimkhulu court yesterday at approximately 15:30. The court was in session and a house robbery case was on trial. One of the exhibits that was required was a shotgun that was stolen during the house robbery. We are told that this shotgun was returned to the victim of the house robbery as he required it for self-defense, and the firearm was then brought back to court to be used during the trial. From what we can gather, as information is still a bit sketchy, is that the firearm was then, as it was about to be handed into court as evidence, a shot went off and which struck Advocate Watt on her left thigh. She was then rushed to hospital where she passed away.
Jay, who handles the exhibits, part of what is known as real evidence in court once proceedings are underway? Is it yourselves or is it the NPA?
Well, look, this is all subject to our investigation. From what we can gather, as I said, the firearm was given back to the complainant, and it was only brought back to court in the morning to be used.
Jay,
so
I hear you about the investigation, but I'm saying procedurally, who's responsible for the evidence, the real evidence? Who is responsible for making sure that it's protected and kept well and then brought to court as and when needed?
So this is in normal circumstances, the firearm would be in the police exhibit room, and the detective who's appearing in court would then take the firearm with him and book it out from the exhibit room and present it in court. In this case, as I indicated, there was a court order that the firearm must be handed back to the complainant to be used for his own self-defense, and that firearm was then brought back to court in the morning.
Jay, on the face of it, I know you're saying investigations are underway. It's extraordinary that police officers who are trained in the safe handling of firearms would simply take a firearm from one end, being the complainant in the house robbery, to the situation in court where it would be handled. And we've seen how these things play out in court. Sometimes it's about demonstrating how a person used that particular firearm in a particular circumstance. It's extraordinary that any member of the SEPS would handle a firearm without ensuring its safety. Would you agree, at least on that, not about the investigation which you are still carrying out?
Yes. We're also very concerned about that, and obviously it's very disturbing, but we won't wish to speculate at this stage, and we'll allow for the investigation processes to unfold.
All right, Brigadier J. Naika of the SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal, talking to us about what seems to be a really disturbing situation there, where a firearm brought into court as an exhibit accidentally went off, killing a top state advocate during a trial there, a case that is about house robbery, giving us a bit more detail. And I think he said it was in Mzimkhulu, telling us about how that incident took place. We certainly deserve answers here in as far as this particular situation is concerned.